Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown back with another cider to try. I'm not in my kitchen and I'm not in my shed. I want to go back to my shed soon though. I'm actually in my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom because it's quieter than the kitchen and also it doesn't have the kitchen smells in here. So it doesn't affect my perception of things when I'm smelling them. I'm not smelling the food that's just been cooked or whatever. I'm actually smelling what's in the glass. That's the idea anyway. I'm also actually up here because last night I did a tasting here live on Instagram with Albert from Ross on Wye. We opened a bottle of his Kingston Black, new release Kingston Black 2019. Spent 6 months in Kentucky bourbon barrels, and very good it was. I was a little nervous because I was opening it live with him. So if I didn't like it, that would have been uncomfortable to say at the least. Luckily I did, because they're very good at doing things very delicately. They're into subtlety and I like that. They love their ciders and they want you to be able to taste the cider, not just what the barrel that the cider was in, but with that, Armagnac, whiskey, whatever it happens to be. It wants to be complementary, not smother it. And they're very good at that, and it turned out to be delicious. Really good. Had a really nice chat, went on for an hour. You can still watch that if you want, actually on my website, www.corkandcrown.co.uk. If you've got the video tastings, scroll down, it's got the Instagram live feeds and you can actually watch it there. I think if you just click on Ross and Wye as well, it's still up, so you can watch it. It's like an hour long. I was 7 minutes late starting because I couldn't log in and then my internet broke and stuff, so probably fast forward the first bit. But yeah, we had a nice chat about all sorts of things, including the Kingston Black. So yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead and do it. See if you can grab yourself a bottle, in fact, before you do. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yes, Chris, it would. I'm glad you agree. Right, so what we're doing today, we're doing another cider. And it's another classic, one of the classic single variety varietals. It is Dabinett. So Dabinett from Somerset, found in a bush by a man called Cwm Dabinett, I believe, early 1900s. It's a full bittersweet. When you see like full, medium and mild bittersweet, what that's referring to is the tannin levels. So it's a full bittersweet, so strong tannin. Be it soft and hard, so astringency and leatheriness. We'll find out when we open this bottle what it is in this particular iteration. And vintage means it's good. It's good by itself. It makes a good single variety, basically, is what it means. So yeah, so if you see full bittersweet and vintage, that's kind of what it refers to. A mild bittersweet, or mild bitter sharp, or full bitter sharp. That's also referring to the tannin levels rather than anything else. As far as I'm aware, someone I'm sure will correct me if I'm wrong. So let's get on with it. What have we got? Well, it's the second bottle from this producer we got off the pallet that we received last week. It is Cwm Maddoc that we love. Jeremy Harris, brilliant little producer. I'm very lucky to have his stuff. He actually joined in the taste last night. He was watching at home and drinking along with us. I just found out when I looked at the comments later. It was very nice to know. Very nice to know. So there you go, Dabinett. It says medium sweet. I don't know if you can see that. It's quite bright. Medium sweet. It does say that. I'll read it out to you anyway. Dabinett SV, single variety, 2019, medium sweet. This classic bittersweet apple produces a well-balanced, full-bodied cider with soft astringency. That's basically it. It has blurb about them, which I've read from the bottle before. I'm not going to read again. Unfiltered, unpasteurised, hasn't got a cork on this one. It's got a crown, Cork and Crown, Cork and Crown. That's where the business name comes from, in case you were wondering. Some people haven't figured it out. That's what it is. It's the closures. I do some screw caps as well, but I thought cork, crown and screw didn't have quite the same ring, so I didn't go with it. So shall we open this up? And I stopped talking. Oh, got some cheese as well, a little bit of cheese. Also Irati. I was nibbling on, I didn't talk about it while we were doing the tasting. I had 3 bits of cheese on the table last night. This is one of them, the Osso Irati, sheep's cheese from the Basque region of France. Pyrenees, sheep's milk. Yeah, it's actually thermised, so not as aggressive a treatment as pasteurisation, so less gentle on the milk. So people think it has less effect on the milk and the proteins and so forth. So it actually it lowers the level of any sort of pathogens or microorganisms might be in there, but doesn't totally wipe them out. And it doesn't affect the structure of the milk quite so much. Probably going to be, this is from Mons Cheesemongers, monscheesemongers.co.uk. If you want to buy yourself a really nice bit, you can get it in supermarkets, but in supermarkets it's going to be a lot younger than this. It's probably going to be a minimum year old. See a nice beautiful rind on it. I love this stuff. I love it. Sheep's milk cheese is great. Really rich, really fatty, double the solids of cows and goat's milk. You don't get much milk out of a sheep though, so if it didn't have double the solids, it'd hardly be worth your while milking it and making cheese anyway. Love this stuff. If I want to take cheese somewhere for a party or something, and I don't know what people like, I take that. Because everyone likes it. Everybody likes it. But I'll talk about that when I try it. Let's do what we're here to do, though, which is to try some cider. Let's get the cork off this. The cork off the cap off this. There we go. Slight hits when I did that. I'm not going to do this. I want to pick the glass up with my right hand, knackered shoulder, as some of you may know. It will get better. It's currently knackered. Let's pour it out. So the first thing we had from them of the palette was the Green Horse Perry. It was quite bright, lime character, I thought. Totally different thing. This, look at that. Look at the colour in that compared to the Green Horse. There's so much more colour. That's partly to do with the tannins. I mean, it is to do with the tannins. The tannins oxidise and give you colour. Yeah. So that looks like a nice tannic apple that's given us this beautiful coloured juice. That is, I'm going to say amber. That's definitely just a lightish, medium amber. I'm going to say that is. It's quite bright. He doesn't filter anything like that as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I think he does rack off, but yeah, don't think he filters. I doubt he does anyway. I can't remember. He's told me. I've been there a couple of times, sat with him and tasted through stuff with him. It's brilliant. I love it. Delicate bubbles. There was a very, very slight hiss when we opened it. No head to speak of. Let's give it a sniff. Smells good. Smells good. There's like apple, but like sautéed in sugar and butter is what I want to say straight off the bat with this. Hint of sort of tannic leatheriness I want to say over that. So leathery, so yeah, there's like a leathery character over that from the tannin. But yeah, it smells like, to me, like gorgeous apples have been sautéed in butter. Yeah, just love that. Yeah, nice nose. Nice nose. Very inviting. Not completely in your face. I'm not getting any funk, but yeah, it smells brilliant. Medium sweet. Can't remember. I don't think Jeremy has a particularly sweet tooth, so this might be on the drier end of medium sweet. I like sugar, it doesn't bother me. So this might not be a sweet, medium sweet, if you see what I mean. But let's find out. Let's go. Okay, that's really nice. I mean, it's quite sweet, but it tastes like it's a very natural, non-cloying sweetness. It feels like to me, delicious. Almost feels keeved on the palate. That little bit of acidity, just a little bit, just a hint, which offsets the sugar. There is some tannin, not that much on my. I'm getting leatheriness in the back actually, which also offsets that sweetness a bit. But minimal soft tannin, minimal astringency on the teeth. A little bit, but not much. Subtle mineral character there, just a gentle minerality. But in the middle, yeah, it's almost got that same thing, that really delicious apples have been sautéed in butter in a pan, you know, or whatever receptacle you want to saute it in. I use pans for sautéing. Okay, I have to say, I really like this. I really like this. I don't mind sugar. This tastes like a really delicious dessert. A little bit of minerality, that bit of leatheriness in the background just to balance it. It's yeah. I really like this cider. I really like this cider. It has almost like a French character to it, but it's not a baked apple. It doesn't have that not quite so ta-ta-ta character. It is more like that sautéed thing I was talking about. Yeah, that's a cracking cider for my palate. Really good, and it's not cloying at all. Not at all. Yeah, if you didn't tell me, I'd be like, "Is that French?" You know, and that's a compliment. I love French cider. Good one, Jeremy. Good one, Jeremy. And it's so different from the Green Horse. So different. It just pulls apart. You know, that was much more austere, lemon, lime, acid. This is much richer, rounder, more tannin. You know, I mean, this is a cider, that is a perry, so they're different things, but same producer, you know, same looking bottles, but when you open them up, you get such different experiences. Yeah, almost like a toffee, I'm going to say golden syrup character almost in there. Anyway, don't know. I'm going to try it with this. I haven't brought a knife up. I'm just going to snap a bit off with my hands. My bare hands, because I'm so strong. There we go. Look at that. Actually, that's quite a big bit yanked off there. Never mind. Actually, it looks quite yellow, doesn't it? But if I've got a chunk of cheddar in the fridge, traditional cheddar. If I brought that up, you'd see that this is actually quite pale compared to the cheddar. So we talked about cheese a lot before because I've been a cheesemonger for 25 years as well as doing the cider stuff. Goats and sheep transform beta carotene, which comes out of fresh feed, grass and so forth, they transform it into vitamin A. Cows don't. Beta carotene is what gives carrots their orange colour, so naturally it has this sort of yellowy orange colour. So if they don't metabolize, cows don't metabolize it, so it comes out in the milk, so cow's milk is more yellow. Sheep's and goats' cheese is much whiter because they've transformed that beta carotene into vitamin A. So yeah, this is quite pale. Smells very savoury. Nice, soft, bouncy, pliable texture. Really nice texture. Let's try it. Great salt level. Great salt level. Oh, this is going to be good. This worked really well with the Kingston Black, by the way. Quite savoury. Almost like I'm getting almost like a ham meets roast chicken thing going on. And is it real roast chicken? Or is it chicken stock? Possibly chicken stock or chicken flavoured crisps. I'm not sure. It's got the same level of saltiness as that as well, which is wonderful though, because it's not just salty, it's salt, around which all the other flavours are wrapped, and it just works. It ties the whole thing together. Salt's very important when it comes to flavouring cheese. Fundamentally important. Without it, tastes of blah, basically. Flipping heck, that is good. Get some hospitality from Mun's cheesemongers, guys. Seriously, and try it with some cider. It's brilliant. It's really good. And the saltiness and the sugar in this, and the saltiness in this, I feel it's going to work, people. I really do. And that hamminess, maybe it's almost like tending towards porkiness even, which again, pork and apple. Who doesn't love that? I mean, some people don't love that. I love that. Let's just say that. That was a massive bit. Really good. Right. God, yeah. The salt and the sugar, it's just the right. I mean, the sugar in that's brilliant. And it's such a nice sort of sugar. It's not cloying, it's horrible. That's like concentrated industrial, sickly, cloying ciders. It's gorgeous. And the salt levels in that with those other savoury flavours is gorgeous. You're two excellent products. Excellent products. I mean, I don't know if they're even a perfect match, but they're not clashing at all. The sweetness and the saltiness works, and they're both delicious. So how bad can it be? How bad can it be? Great. So, me like. If you like bone dry ciders, you probably won't like it. You probably won't like it. If you don't mind a bit of sweetness in your cider, you'll like it. I hands down guarantee you will like it. Well, wasn't that fun? All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in my bedroom. I think we've done tastings in most rooms in the house now, except perhaps the toilet. Not planning on doing any toilet tastings anytime soon. You'll be relieved to hear. But let's see. Okay. As always, thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again. We've got so many more things to try. So yeah, come along, taste them with me if you can get hold of it. But until then, cheers.